Okay, took us a bit of a while for me to work out how to click record. Hopefully, I'm just pinned, and you guys, well, it should just be me. So, as requested. So, for those of us, the intention today is for us to just work on our physical healing, our physical bodies, and where we feel we need to recuperate, where we need to realign, tap back into source, because as you know, you are always in your wholeness. You just have to kind of tune back in, plug back into the fullness of who you are, who we are, all of us. But opening it in a sense of sacred circle, calling in guidance if it needs to come through, calling in what I call the Black Cat Guardian Order, the energy of sacred circle to create this sacred space for us to connect with ourselves wherever we are. And as I'm doing that, I'm seeing a little bubble around me, a bubble around of each of us, and then these other little bubbles, like speech bubbles, coming up, popping up for anyone that watches in their own now moment, in their own bubbles, going on, um, connecting with like a not a boundary, but as I said, or even a barrier. The word barrier feels wrong. A placeholder for a sacred circle that is your soul, that container to breathe, to just have space, to connect to just that which is the fullness of you, that is the part that's heaven, that is the part that's God, Goddess, Source. And just breathe for a moment in that intention, breathing in through the nose gently and out. Maybe take a couple of breaths in through the nose and out breaths through the mouth with an, if you feel comfortable doing it. I know what some of you are out in public, but just a or just a deep relaxing out breath through the mouth. Just sinking into feeling into our nervous system, feeling that held, the reset button, and gently breathing in through the nose and then out through the nose, coming back into Qigong breath, signaling to our nervous system we are safe. All is well in this now moment. And I'm feeling called to tap, so you don't need to tap if you don't. You can tap mentally if you like. So you're literally having an energetic hand and no one can see you, but you're tapping on these points as I say them as I tap, or whether you feel called to, so just above the eyebrow, whatever we're feeling right now, whether we're feeling kind of unwell, whether we're feeling like the body needs a lift, feeling bless, like I need to release with a sneeze. Better out than in. Trusting that my body's doing what it needs to do, telling me what it needs to. Whether I'm feeling afraid, uncertain, or just like I need to pause, go to the side of the eye mentally. But in this now moment, I'm acknowledging my body, I'm acknowledging my cells and my cellular memory and how it's speaking to me with whatever that may be it um, feeling tired, feeling unwell, knowing that it needs to recover from trauma that has happened in past or actual cellular, coming to the chin and our stomach, feeling in your gut as we tap the stomach meridian, as you energetically feel that just pulsing at this point here at the stomach, just below the eyes, where our gut feeling, that needing to listen to our gut, breathing that in awareness, our cellular and our bacteria in our gut. as they may be shifting and dealing with things if we are working with our wellness, and coming to just below the nose. And as we're below the nose and we're at this point, we're not going to do welcome fragrance, but I want you to think about the auditory system and the sense of smell around you. And just imagine, if you will, think about the smell of something nice and fresh, like lemons, lemon balm, mint, things that are great for the digestion, but the smell. Imagining as we tap into and call in those herbs, fresh, clearing, purifying, calming, and then coming to the chin, and thinking about taste. You might want to think of taste of a lemon, get the juices of the mouth and that senses flowing. So you're really tapping into the physical and allowing the saliva, that beautiful bacteria that we have in our saliva that help with our mouth and that's linked to the gut. And then coming to the chest and gently tapping. It's our lungs, our high heart, and whether you're physically tapping or you're energetically kind of focusing the mind. The moment you think of these points, your brain, your awareness goes to it, even by saying it. So don't worry if you're not actually physically tapping. We're tuning into and aligning with that high heart, that butterfly flutter here. And then coming round to the side and under the arms where our resistance might show up. And still breathing, knowing that it's okay to feel resistance. It's okay to be reluctant. It's okay to feel tired if we're tired. It's okay to feel whatever we are feeling. We're just acknowledging. And what we're doing now is that we're taking to the top of the head. In this moment, we're choosing to just take a breath, to take a pause, take a beat. Someone might say, it doesn't matter what hand you're using. And this point at the top of the head that our awareness is now going to, the Bhagwad point, I want you to stop with the tapping if you are tapping and just focusing on that point where the light comes in. As Rumi can say, is it Rumi? The light, the wound is where the light enters. Think about these things that happen, these traumas, be it an operation, of a minor decay of the tooth or a cold or whatever is going on. It's a reminder to let the light in, a reminder to stop. It's also a sign that your body's doing what it needs to do, that it's helping you detoxify, purify. We're in spring. We're wanting to allow ourselves to detox, to stop, to take stock, for those parts of our body to do what they need to do. And I'm feeling a sense of the liver and the kidneys and light going to them, light flowing, Reiki, and just sending Reiki master symbol as well, distance Reiki to those that need it, including myself, flowing through me and you, going not because you need me to, but because you are more than capable. You're the one giving permission for that. You're the one calling in that energy, or not necessarily calling in even. You're the one that's remembering to connect, but feeling that flow through you, through me, through all of us, going where it's needed. And I just have this sense of light flowing down through our central column of light, a spotlight coming down from the sun. And every time you feel the sun on your face, on the dermis, the skin, penetrating right through to the cells. And when we hydrate, when we have water, which obviously gives even gives the skin elasticity, and the brain and all the cells soaks up that. Think of that water as the flow, like the flow of the blood as it's pumping round, and the lymph and the movement, and even the electrical pulses through the brain, wiring, firing at their best, allowing the thoughts and feelings and that connection, those little crystals that I keep banging on about in our brain that are linking with this light, that are expanding us. Everything takes time. You need time to digest and rest and digest it in our body, in its system. In the same way, we need time to embody. We need time to evaluate what's happening, what we're wanting, the direction we're taking, and our cells are guiding us. So, sending a huge thankful feeling to each of our cells. And you think about one cell in particular and giving it a huge hug, the nucleus getting a hug from you, saying thank you, whether it's a cell in the brain or a cell in your saliva or your liver, everywhere, and then that multiplying, going on all over the body, feeling a sense of being energized, revitalized, refreshed, revamped, if you like. And I'm just going to go still and connect to soul. And allow you to connect with your higher being, listening not just to my words, but for what is coming through. Hopefully, you've already been doing that, but listening to that question we're posing. What do we need to know right now? What is it we're being guided to? And we thank you for the information flowing through. Ia tūro naya tia koro niatai. Ira tutukura naya. Nia tatia kuro mayata. I kuro miatai kiro no meka. Nena na kuro meakatai kuro meakai. Urunia tiako. Neta tiki atu. Nena neako. Ne ka ure ki e ishiki mananaka. Nana ki kuro ka. I kura ka tiki anananaku. Nana ki anoko. Feel the call, feel your core expanding with light and the shadows transmuting. Nia tura ki kononi ki sikuru meata. Era kiana fura ki e ananaku, nianaku e ikuruma. Ikutia no kuruma yaka. Esta nuna meananaki. Nier tura neata. Nessa. Little message to share that the path of our ancestry, so some of the cellular memory that's coming up for us is from the cellular memory of the genetics that's come down the line that we're clearing, that we've cleared our stuff, but we're clearing for those generations back even, and clearing out any patterns that are on autoplay that we've changed the song, if you like, for that which is our soul and our body's template. And as the melody is, we're dancing to the sound of a different beat. It's what I'm feeling, and joy, lifting that where there might have been sorrow in the past for our ancestors, or there may have been, I can't even think of that word, where you don't have famine and going without, that no longer does that need to be the case. The song and the station that we're listening to is filled with vitality and laughter and joy, and our like kind of radiate circuits, as Donna would read, and our joy spirits lifting through the body and the cells. And just breathing that in as we take that with us to the rest of the day, feeling that. And if you need to sleep, sometimes you need to sleep. If you need to cry, it's not saying that you are not going to get tired or that you're not going to feel sad, because that's part of the process. But Don't battle with it, don't war with it. Trust your body, letting go of the battle of our body. Sometimes there's this sense of we feel our body's letting us down a little bit because it's not doing what we want it to do in the way that we want it to do it. But it's just singing to us, it's speaking to us, and we're acknowledging in this now moment and hearing it and trusting that the information of what we need and what it needs is going to flow to us in this now moment, perhaps, or later moments. But we are thankful for that blessing, the blessing for the healing, and the remembering that we are in our fullest of ourselves. There is no more feeling less than this point of power in this moment. Ia e nuna te kakuratata, I uro ti ta I stura nadakiata, I shura neta. And I'm feeling a knitting around certain pains in my body. So you might be feeling a heat coming to wherever it needs to go to, of stitching up of fractals of things that have been torn, energetically speaking, in the past, being stitched back up and kind of sutured, if you like, suturing happening, but more so that it's a realigning in quantum. It's a realigning of the remembering of that being in its wholeness. So it's not needing to be healed anymore. It is healed, is what I'm being shown to kind of translate, if you like, from the wording. Is even that the term of needing to be healed is I'm being told no, don't need to be healed, you are healed in the moment already anyway. And I'm gonna just get you to breathe that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And in your own time, I'm going to turn the recording off, just coming back, allowing yourself just to be slowly opening your eyes in the room or wherever you are, acclimatizing back in to the now moment. And take a nice little breath, just ground with that which is around us. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to stop the recording here.